Right, before we start this one, I did say on Facebook last night that this was potentially going to be my last ever YouTube because I've had enough of it. It's really bad for my mental health and I'm at a really kind of low place, so I'm going to stop doing YouTube. I'm going to stop doing all social media. So that is that. This will be my very last one, this series, and I'm going to publish it and then I'm going to take it back off again. So you might want to download it if you want, interested in it, or it will be available on the build packs as well. But we're going to go forward with this one, and like I said, this will be my last ever time on YouTube. Right, insulated metal panel build, simply by cutting it yourself. And of course I've got a build pack. There's a video that I've done of building one of these already. I'll put it in the link. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut a window out today, but what we're going to talk about is going forward. Now we're going to turn it away from looking like a shipping container into a stunning garden room. But like I said, if you want to save a minimum of 50%, then get yourself a metal insulated build pack, get yourself one of these built and do it yourself, cut it yourself. Easy as hell to cut it. All you need is a metal cutting blade and a circular saw, pair of ear defenders, pair of glasses, and you're away. So we're going to cut a window out today, simply because I just wanted to show you how we can cut the window out before we actually start the cladding, because that's what this series is going to be about, is actually cladding this metal box basically and turning it into a stunning garden room. Now you'll have seen me lift one of these up and over and into somebody's garden. This is exactly the same scenario again. It's got the cartridge-based system. It's on wind-up feet. It's going to weigh approximately a ton. I'm weighing everything that goes into it so I can tell you exactly how much it does weigh. It's going to weigh approximately a ton. And it'll go on any base, basically. I put the last one on some 6-inch ducts coming out of the ground, filled with concrete, sat them on there. You can stick it on some gravel grids, paving, your existing paving, anything like that, because it only weighs a ton. And this one is designed to be moved. That's why there's no quad core panels on the roof. I've opted for just the normal wall panels because I'm going to keep the depth short. It's less than 2.5. So the span's okay for these panels on there. And I want to clad the roof as well because I hate the look of the metal. I hate the corrugated look. I hate the container look. So I'm going to put a rubber roof on it and I'm going to put cladding all the way around it. And I'm going to have loads of other stuff as well. But I'll talk to you about that as we go on. Right, nice and simple. Marked out my opening. Decided it was a bit low, so I've gone a bit higher there. I've made the opening 50mm bigger than what I need, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to put flashing on there, but I'm going to put some timber in the flashing, so when I screw my window in, I get a good fix on the timber, because obviously this pod's going to get lifted, so I don't want it to move. I want everything to be as it is once it's lifted and once it's put down. That's why I'm putting timber in. So my structural opening is 50mm bigger on both sides. How we're going to do this now, right? It's 100mm thick is the panel, right? So I've got these. They are 200mm drill bits, HSS drill bits. And if you're not confident of drilling through nice and square, you can get a little block like that, and basically that sits on the flat. Your drill bit goes in the hole, and it can't be anything else but square, yeah? But that's about 14 quid off Amazon. It doesn't actually matter if you're not that square, if you're going down, if you're going in or whatever. It doesn't matter, because when you put the window in, that will become square. But like I said, they are available if you want one of them. So you can get that on there like that. It's gone all the way through. And it's coming out the other side. So what will happen now is I'm going to make that hole bigger on there. I'm going to do the 4 corners, and I'm going to get a jigsaw with a metal cutting blade in. And as things go, I've only got one blade, so I'm probably going to revert back to the circular saw to cut them. But then I'm going to cut this section out. I'm going to go back on the outside and I mark that up, cut that section out as well, and then that should pop through. And then we're going to put the flashings in, nice and easy. There's no to it, just a bit of drilling, bit of measuring, bit of cutting, and you've got your window in. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get all these 4 corners drilled. And like I said, I've only got one metal cutting jigsaw blade, and as things will happen, that will guarantee to snap, yeah? So what we need to do now is make our hole bigger. We're now going to drill through the 5mm with a 10mm bit, and that will allow us to get our jigsaw blade in. Like that. You need to put safety glasses on, yeah. I haven't got any, but my specs will be near enough for me. Right, so that's the inside cut. We're going to go outside now. We're going to transfer the lines from the holes that I've drilled. And we're going to cut that, and hopefully that wind should push through. The reason why it might not is the metal cutting blades are very short. We've got 100mm, so we might have a bit of insulation in the middle, but we'll address that if we have to. So there you've got your opening. You see, I made a complete dog out of that. But it doesn't matter, because we're going to tidy it up in a minute with these flashings. But what I'm going to do is just trim that back a little bit, just because it is a bit of a dog. Right, so what we're going to do now, basically, we're going to use this U-shaped flashing. Let me show you a bit better. I've got a section of old fence wood I've just cut down. That's going to sit in there like that. And then that will sit on top of there like that with the timber inside. We're going to get that nice and level, and we're going to rivet it through like that. And we're going to create a new, nice, level, flush structural opening, which has got timber in as well. Simply because you can quite happily drill straight into there and fix your window and form your window in. That's all good. But I want to lift this. I want to make sure it lifts and it's successful. So we'll just go around and we'll just infill that window. And I came the other day, started this video, realised I hadn't brought my drill. I've come today and realised I haven't got a Sharpie, which is more than annoying because that is used all the time. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut that there like that. I've got a nibbler, yeah, right? You don't have to use a nibbler. Thin snips or aviation snips, whatever you want to call them, and probably these are better quality ones actually, Stanley ones. You get some cheap ones for about 5 or 6 quid. These are about 17 quid. They'll cut your flashings, no problem. Cut that off there. That's going to sit on there like that. Yeah, but it's going to have its wood in. And what will happen then is that will rigidify, if that's even a word. I mean, that's pretty solid anyway, look, yeah. But it's going to make it even more solid once we get those bits in. So what we need to do now is cut a piece of wood. And like I said, I have no means of marking this at all. And whip that off there. Still too long. What will happen is that'll sit on there like that. Yeah, that'll sit on there like that. And then that will drop down on there like that. Yeah. So we've still got some metal to fix there. We're going to drill and rivet that now. Really unprepared on this series. Brought very little tools with me. That's not bad as it is there, so we're going to just get a fixing in there. Rivet gun is brilliant. Far better than the manual one. Get yourself a build pack. Cut it yourself. It's as easy as this, look. It's easy. Do you know what I mean? Put your flashings around. You've got an opening, you've got your structural opening. There is no more to it than that. Anyway, so see how solid that is now, look, yeah? So we're going to do the sides. We'll probably do the top first. Do the top, do the sides. We'll have a nice structural opening. It's nice and solid. We've got timber behind there. When we screw our window through, we're going to get a solid, brilliant fix. Yeah, that is how easy it is to cut open the window. Right, so top, sides, job done. You can, of course, be a lot neater, a lot tidier, and a lot slower than this. I'm just trying to blast it on so I can get this done, get home, get video uploaded, and then on to the next projects, because, as I said, this is all about, it's all about cladding it. I'm going to get rid of this horrible metal look. And turn it into something beautiful that you're all used to seeing. A guy on Instagram, he went, "Oh, boring old box, just looks like a boring old box." Well, it does at the moment, mate. But that's how these things start. This new Makita hammer's spot on. that is it basically. So that there now is a structural opening designed to withstand anything. It's got timber in. So when I fix that window's going to be solid. And I haven't pressed the trigger on ordering the windows and doors yet, but I'm going to do that when I get on tonight. So that's it, that's your opening. Exactly the same scenario for the door, except on the head we're going to use this folded galv instead, because if you've watched the last video, which you have to have watched the last video if you want to build one of these, about me building one of these and making it, it's got a galv lintel across the top there, which will take any depression from the roof, you know what I mean, snow loading or anything like that. I'm going to put exactly the same on the bottom as well. On the bottom there, so we're going to put a full length along like that with the timber inside. We're going to rivet it. There's one behind there, that's solid, this is solid, that roof ain't going nowhere. And what we're going to do here now, we're just going to measure up 19, honestly, getting all crap in it, fingers don't work properly, 1960, yeah. Because that's where we want this bottle of this metal to go to, because, I've already marked it on that side, look. Simply because our door's 1950, we're going to give 10mm clearance for fitting. Job's a good one. So what we've created now, albeit a little rough and a little out of breath, is a solid lintel, because we've got that solid U shape with strengths in the U, yeah, strengths in the shape. So we've got that on the bottom, we've got the full one on the top spanning over the panels, so there's no compression then, which will be no compression on your doors. Right, again you can see down there, look, 20mm shy, timber flashing, off we go. I will say, you want to wear safety gear when you're doing this, because this metal shards go everywhere and they're not nice. Just going to make sure that we're plumb, and we are. And then just make sure I can get the bloody doors in when they come. Yes, flying in. Right, we're on it. Smashing it out. Right, so there you go. How an hour in. Door opening made when I built it, yeah, but obviously put the flashings on. Timber's in the flashings, going to get a brilliant fix for them doors now. Cut this out, jigsaw, drill bits, washed it out, timber behind them, flashings on them. Like I said, if you want to take your time, take your time. I need to get this done, get it videoed and get it home. Any little gaps, you get some expanding foam, stick it in, be all nice there. That's my nice structural opening. Got my timber in there, it's nice and solid. Get my windows in, fix my windows, lift this pod off the ground, then windows ain't going nowhere, which is what we want, because let me tell you how we're going to finish this, right? We're going to give it everything. Out of breath, fat now as well, what even happened there? So what we're going to do, we're going to get everything, we're going to give it underfloor heating, there's going to be loads of LED lights, and I mean loads of different ones. I'm going to give this a finish inside where it won't see a paintbrush, and that's because every surface I put on will be a pre-finished surface. I'm going to do a TV wall behind there, which is going to conceal the consumer unit and the drivers. That wall will be pre-finished, this wall will be pre-finished, that will be pre-finished, there'll be a skirting which is pre-finished. There's going to be, one of the reasons why I put a flat roof on it, right, is I'm now going to put fairings on it, I'm going to put a normal rubber roof on top of that, but I want the inside to be level to make my life a lot easier, because all these panels are pre-finished, yeah, so I don't want to be cutting angles and measuring and messing it up, do you know what I mean, because that stuff happens and it costs money. Nice, square, straight cuts. And then there's going to be like a cornice round as well with an LED as well. Heating, underfloor heating, I've already mentioned that. We're going to have composite cladding on the outside. That's going to be slatted. Probably going to put an LED halo light around the soffit, something that I've not seen anybody done before, which we're going to do as well, because there will be no soffit. It's going to be a cube, or as somebody says on Instagram, a boring cube. It will be a cube. It certainly won't be boring. So, like I said, this will be the last series I ever do on YouTube because I'm done with it. Done with YouTube, done with Insta, done with everything, TikTok, Facebook, the lot. I'm still keeping up on my Facebook group though, because there's absolutely a solid group of people in there, and I can't tell you how solid they are. They're absolutely brilliant. Throughout my time, I've been messaged, I've been sent gifts, I've had support, I've had people just randomly turn up at my house. So, I mean, they're absolutely brilliant. And some of you guys on YouTube as well, because I know some of you have been loyal and they're right from the very, very start. Nick, especially you, mate, you know what I mean? You're always commenting at you, lovely. And Ali from Walsall as well, because you always tell me what junction it is on motorway. I'm not sure why, but you do. Anyway, so that is it. Like I said, I'm going to show you this getting clad. I am then going to take it off YouTube. Don't forget, I've got a raffle to build a garden room. The ticket sales are abysmal, so it's going to be a cash prize. That's what it'll be. Because it had to reach a certain amount of sales, but I mean, it will be a cash prize. The winner's going to get probably about 10 grand at this moment in time. Still a few days to go on that. Maybe 2 weeks, 1 week. I'm not sure. Maybe 1 week. 1 week, yeah. 1 week to go on that. So that's it. Please hit like and subscribe because you want to see the notifications. You want to see the end of this, and you want to find out how you can see my back catalogue, because eventually it will not be available. And it'll be free. I'm not going to charge anybody. It will be free. Yeah. But so stay tuned. All right. Thank you. And thank you as well.